It's been coming up for the last couple of years now, this word entitlement. Have you ever wondered if you were entitled? Or maybe you know someone in your life who you feel is entitled? I'm Jana Henneman, and today we're talking about this subject, entitlement. So what is entitlement? What does it look like? Entitlement refers to a belief or an attitude that someone inherently deserves better treatment or certain privileges, regardless of their actions or qualifications. I was doom scrolling the other day and this video popped up on my social media about this influencer who went to a restaurant and she ordered a meal and she was taking photos, taking videos, and then when the server came by to see how everything was tasting, she demanded another meal. And her justification for it was, I'm an influencer, I'm helping you in your business, and this meal is now cold, so I demand another meal, and no, I'm not going to pay for it. A little ridiculous, right? So let's look at the characteristics of entitlement. 1, having high expectations without having to meet specific criteria or perform certain duties. 2, avoiding responsibility for one's own actions or outcomes, or blaming outside factors, expecting others to compensate for them. 3, perceived superiority, feeling they are more deserving than others. 4, resistant to criticism or feedback from others. The thing is this, is while entitlement shows up in exaggerated circumstances all the time in the perceived Karens or Chads in the world, by the way, no offense to any Karens or Chads out there, it also happens in smaller circumstances. I've said this story before, and I'm going to say it again. When my daughter was 2, she would spend the weekend with her dad, and then I'd usually get her back Sunday morning. So I'd have her Sunday through Friday morning. She'd go to school, and then her dad would pick her up. And I know she was 2. We start school young overseas. But she would come over Sunday, and she'd walk in, give me a big hug, and say, "Mommy, I love you. I want a cookie." And I'd always tell her, "Sure, Mia, you can have a cookie after lunch." "Well, I don't want to wait until after lunch. I want a cookie now." "Well, no, you're not going to get a cookie now. You have to have your lunch first, and then you can have a cookie." "Well, I don't love you. I only love Dad." As a mom, it bothered me, and I didn't know why for the longest time. I never said anything. I never took it out on her. I mean, she's a toddler. She's like a little octopus. She's trying to figure out how to get what she wants when she wants it. Long story short, this happened week in, week out. And I remember thinking in my head, like, how can you say that to me? Like, I do everything for you. I've given up everything for you. And then one day I wandered into my Zen master's office and he was giving a talk and he looked right at me and he said, "What makes you so special? Why do you think you deserve anything? Your job is to love, and if you love rightly, you're so fulfilled in loving that if you get anything back, it is a bonus. Quit looking at your daughter and expecting anything from her." And this was me kind of realizing that I was entitled. Like, I'm looking at my 2-year-old like, "You owe me. You owe me something." No, she owes me nothing. She didn't ask to be brought into the world. I brought her in. Nisargadatta Maharaj, what did he mean when he said, "Love says that I'm everything. Wisdom says that I'm nothing. Between the two, my life flows." I feel like there's a fulcrum to be found in life. Yin and yang. Like, there's a little bad in the good, there's a little good in the bad, there's a little light in the dark, there's a little dark in the light. But how do you know if you're entitled or not? Ask yourself these questions. Why do I need to be special? Who said that I was special? Why is it so important to me? What do I make it mean about me if I'm not special? Have a think on this and let me know your thoughts, because I think when we find the answers to these questions, we can see where we're entitled and where we're not. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jana Henneman. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, leave us a comment, and follow us on all of our social channels. Sign up for our weekly newsletter, and I will see you again this time next week.